let me know. I'm gonna watch it here on my.
You are live, ma'am.
All right, all right. All right, ladies, we are here again. I am so excited to have you all again. We are back again with Girlfriend Chit Chat. We are excited to have everybody here on the platform because what we gonna do, ladies, we gonna chat it up today. Yeah. I'm excited. I'm thrilled. But let me introduce myself to you. My name is Amira Bay. I am the founder of Fearless Women Entrepreneurs Facebook group. We are coming to you today with this excitement, this energy, and I am so happy to have you here with our co-host, Miss Shauna Price of the Connection Guru. What she's trying to do, network, connect, and place you with the right people to grow your business. Yes. And then also Miss Leslie Thomas of LT Financial Consulting. She doing it, y'all. If you ain't connected with her, you better connect with her. Connect. Yes, yes. And then our featured guest for today is none other than Tyneka Howard. She is not only a lead her coach, but she is also one of our moderators for Fearless Women Entrepreneurs. We're excited to have her here. We're thrilled. And y'all know what we're going to do today. We're going to chat it up. That's what we're doing today. We're chatting it up. So with no further ado, would you say, Leslie?
I said, we're excited.
Yes, we are. You better know it.
Yes, we are. Come on with it, Tyneka.
I'm excited to be here. Y'all got me in here. I'm super excited to be here. You don't understand how excited. It's been a while since I've been with the Fearless Women Entrepreneurs, so I am excited.
I'm excited to have you. So we want to just like chat it up, y'all. Let me tell y'all something about our environment. We here, we just relax, we kicking it. We're just gonna chat it up and dialogue a little bit. And we want you to get to know us as we get to know you as well. So Tyneka, you tell us a little bit about what you do, who you service, what's your business? So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I am the CEO of H2G Leadership Group, which I am a leadership and communications coach. I help people articulate and transcribe and totally communicate their business. What is it that you do? So I also am the founder of Lead Her, which is a lifestyle brand for young women that helps them to build their foundation based on faith, fitness, relationship, and career principles. So we are using communication to help build that foundation for our young women. It's very important to me that our young ladies, especially our minority ladies, have a foundation.
So what things like, what do you do in regards to connecting with individuals in regards to what their need base is?
So for the most part, I spend a lot of time on my client base is young women. So between that age of like 17, 18 up to 30. So I'm in their platform, which is now Instagram. You know, Instagram is where everything is happening. So I spend a lot of time on Instagram. I also spend a lot of time for our minority business owners on LinkedIn as well. And I dabble in Facebook and give them some love too every day. But I spend a lot of my time on Instagram, and I'm posting things that is based on the brand. My brand is faith, fitness, relationship, and career principles. So if you have those four and you stay grounded, whichever way the wind blows in your life, I guarantee you, you're going to be able to come back to your center, and you're going to be able, you know where you're grounded, right? And so I give them inspiration. I give what's going on in the world, faith-based conversations. Right now in the month of October, it is fall in love with reading. Reading is one of my favorite things. Like, you will see me, I spend a lot of time, I find this chair right here is where I curl up and I'm reading most of the time. Or before I go to bed, when I'm waking up, if something crosses my path, usually I bookmark a lot of things and I'm like, okay, I gotta read this. This is something, because reading is like, it's nothing more than nourishment for the mind. Like if you're not reading and developing yourself each and every day, That's one of my Lead Her principles. You have to develop yourself personally each and every day. So I'm always, what am I reading? Right now I am reading, if you guys have not gotten the book, When Women Pray by T.D. Jakes.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
It just came out, how many days? 8 days ago?
8 days ago. Yeah.
I'm all in it. I was waiting by the mailbox for that book,
Yeah.
but this month I'm giving you guys everything that I love to read.
That's phenomenal.
Because I believe that our young ladies, we need to read more. We need to develop ourselves. We need to have that foundation. And the only way you're going to have that foundation is if you're feeding your mind, right?
Right. What do you feel like in regards to us as women, and we're trying to lead others in their career paths, and we're trying to lead them in the direction of where they need to go. But what do we need to do for ourselves, ladies, that helps us and get us where we need to be in a leading aspect, where we're taking care of ourselves and we're leading ourselves in the direction we need to go in? Because we always find ourselves, we're leading, but who's leading us?
Yeah.
Who's pulling on us? Who's guiding us? Because we always get lost in, I don't know, are we getting lost in the shuffle, ladies, where we forget about us? We kind of forget about, we're always thinking of others. We're always trying to focus on what we can do for you and how we can motivate you, how we can push you and guide you in your business or in your life.
Right.
Because it's not always about business, you know, because there's things personally I could be dealing with. But what do you think there's some things that we can do as women to help motivate ourselves and lead ourselves in a direction that we need to go in? Besides, like you said, reading is a way of feeding our minds and feeding our spirit. But what are other things that we can do in leading ourselves that will get us to that place of comfort, that place of peace, you know, that place of security? What are things that we could be striving for and doing for ourselves?
Well, if I can respond really fast, I think this, and my husband had to, you know, he mentioned it to me. He said, I like the fact that you do this chat with the ladies. He said, you know, we've been stuck in the house with each other. He said, but I've seen you come alive. And he said, I'm not certain what that is. He said, but girl, keep doing it. But I think the reason for that is that this pandemic has brought about a range of emotions, a lot of mental health emotions, anxieties. I don't think I ever suffered with it, but I feel like I suffer with it now, you know, because I'm feeling anxious that there's something I should be doing, but I'm not quite certain. But this group has been so awesome for me because it is a sisterhood, I feel. And I think when you have other women that you can lean on for advice, and because right now we're growing our businesses. So I think it's incredibly important. And to add what Tyneka said, I think it's awesome that we are fostering young women into this movement. I would love to see my daughter who's 16 start something like this, or your daughter, Amira, start this, or your daughter, Sean. All of us can have daughters who, of course, and I think you already do that. And Shauna, I think you already do that because I've watched in on a lot of your stuff too. And I think it's good because our girls need something to push them in that direction.
Yeah. Right. I absolutely agree with that. I think that this is and has been an opportunity for us to just take a look at ourselves to see like, you know, what is it that I am or am not doing that contributes to my lifestyle today, or contributes to how I'm leading today, whether it is in my home, whether it is in my business or on my because now let me tell you, I had some real conversations in that mirror. That's why y'all see the pictures y'all see now. Because listen, because a lot of times I'm gonna tell you what I've done. I've had conversations with other people, and they help, but I believe until you have that real conversation with yourself, that mindset doesn't flip. It doesn't change. Yeah. So when now I'm experiencing the mindset change is like, all right, now, child, right? Because that's who I am when I talk to myself. I'm child. All right, now, child, this is what is going to be more effective for you.
Right.
Right.
You know, first off for you and then for everybody else. Right. And so I love that what you're doing is geared toward our young women. I am a part of a organization that does the same and teaching young ladies all about entrepreneurship and sisterhood and community impact, those type of things, because if they need to see anybody do it first, it's us.
That's right.
Right. They should absolutely see us do it first,
That's
right?
right.
If Maya is gonna be the bomb, it's because Amira is the bomb, right? If your daughter is gonna be the bomb, what's her name?
My daughter? Jayla.
Jayla.
If Jayla is gonna be the bomb, it's because Leslie is the bomb.
Right.
And the same thing for our boys too, because I know that Tyneka is a boy mom, but if he's gonna be the bomb, what's his name?
Ricky.
If Ricky gonna be the bomb, then Tyneka has to be the bomb, and the male figures in his life have to be the bomb.
That's
also,
right.
right? And the same thing with Chloe. So I think that just stepping into that role of leading them is amazing, Tyneka.
Yes.
I love that that's what you do.
Yeah. I love when my purpose and calling finally became so pronounced to me that I can't work with anybody outside of where I'm supposed to be.
That's right. That's right.
And I have 39 years of life experience that I'm able to impart. Sometimes it's like so much I want to unpack in a 5-minute span, and it's just not enough.
Yeah.
And I'm like, there's time. I still got gas in the tank. It is my obligation. It is my priority to make sure that these young ladies are equipped to handle the way the world is. The world is changing, and to be quite honest, if we see what's going on in the world, and I'm not going to touch into politics, but if we see how things are going now, we can just be disrespected in front of our faces. We have to be able to combat that. We have to be intelligent, articulate women that we can snap back without having to shake our necks and act a fool, right?
Exactly.
So that's exactly where I'm at with these young ladies, because we have a lot of smart young ladies out there. And I mean, I know that with the right guidance, mentorship, and the right people in their paths, these young girls are going to grow up to be some unstoppable young women.
Right.
But you just got to plant that seed, y'all. That's the biggest thing of all. We've got so many young ladies out here who don't know their purpose, who don't have a vision. They just out here doing it. You know, I mean, it's like the question of, you need to know what direction you're trying to go in. What do you envision yourself doing? You know, some people, they always say, you know, they say you change your career 6 times in your lifetime, sometimes more, because you're trying to figure out, well, do I want to work for somebody, or do I want to be an entrepreneur and own my own? And sometimes we have to actually sometimes start out working for somebody and then allow that job to finance our dream. You know, what we're wanting to do, you know, because, you know, my daughter, she wants to be a dentist, but, you know, and then on the side, she loves cooking. She loves doing things like that. But she's like, Mom, I want to own my own practices. I want to own my own offices, and I want to have other dentists come work for me. You know, and you got to have that mind. You got to plant that seed in their mind to know what entrepreneurship looks like. Because she sees our dad, she sees, you know, myself and her dad as entrepreneurs, but she sees the sacrifice too, because now she's 17. She understands the hardships. She understands the long nights and the struggles that we have. She understands it now. Before, when they're younger, they don't get why mom, dad's not home. They're traveling, they're seeing clients, they're running their business. But now she understands that, Mom, I got to put in the work. I got to work hard. So if I plant that seed now in her and get her to understand long term, that's the whole point of us, y'all, leaving a legacy behind. That's the biggest thing. That's the takeaway in business. It's leaving a legacy. And I think as entrepreneurs, we forget that sometimes. Some entrepreneurs, that's their focus. Because I'm leaving something behind for my kids. I want my kids to understand that I'm pushing. I'm working hard in my business. When you come in the room, you see Mama up 2 o'clock in the morning, doing emails, doing flyers. I'm up. You know, and they respect me more. And I don't mean to say they wouldn't respect me anyway. But my daughter has such a high respect for me now. You know, she was like, Mama, you really work hard. You put your time in with this group. You're really doing it, you know. But I told her, you got to know your passion. You got to know what you want to do with your life. You got to put in that work. You know, if you want to write a book, write a book. If you want to start your own club, start your own club. Do something that's going to make a difference in somebody's life.
And it's okay to be the first one to do it. You know, we live in a land of where they love to follow But just imagine if you become the trendsetter instead of the person that follows all the time. And following is not an issue, but what happens if you got that one idea that catapults the rest of your life?
Right.
I mean, and that's the thing. I told my daughter, I said, you know, she said, well, I don't see anybody. I said, but so what? What happens if you the one?
Yeah.
If they designated you as the one to actually do it. That's why I think, Tyneka, what you have, I think is so awesome, because that's where, you know, we have to build this future, and that's our girls, that's our children. And we don't plant the seed. Now, everybody wants to, I don't want nobody to one up me. You know, I'm going to keep it to myself. I'm not going to share my stuff with the next person. Do you know the best form of flattery is when I see something that I've created and somebody else has it on their page. I don't take it personal because I got it from somebody, I'm certain. So when
we all did.
Yeah.
Come on now, Leslie. Come
exactly. On. So it was like, I can't believe she stole my post. I'm like,
some of us did.
I think that's awesome. You know, I told my daughter, even now, I don't think they teach it enough in high school where they teach children how to interview. My daughter is like on her 4th job, and that's because she left, because she's like, Mama, I'm worth more. I deserve to have more money, this, that, and the other.
Hey.
So she got a job, and she went to the interview, and she's like, well, I don't think it pays me enough. The lady offered her the job. And I told her, I said, well, if you don't want it, I understand. I said, but at the very least, send an email and decline. I said, or call it and decline. Tell her, say, hey, you know, I appreciate the opportunity. But, you know, I thank you for the opportunity, but I've already accepted another position. Because she was like, well, I'm just not going to say nothing at all. I said, no.
Oh, no.
Because never. I said, because you never know where you'll see that person again.
That is the truth.
Exactly.
That is. And, you know, but she had, one of her little friends said, I wouldn't email. I said, oh, ma'am, yes, you will.
See, that's the thing. We no guidance. Like, see, we have to make sure that our voices are pronounced and ringing so loudly in those young ladies' ears that when they hear something else coming from this direction, they will ignore it, because they know, oh, this person right here, my mama told me that I need to send that email because that's good business practice.
Yes.
Like, friend over here, you have 4 jobs and got fired from all 3, and they're hanging on over here. Why would I take advice from you when I have experience over here?
Exactly.
That's right.
Where truly what we're battling today is we're battling the influence of everything else that's out there. Yeah. And you have all these positive influences. And I'm not saying that everything else is not positive, but it's not necessarily it's not the reality that we need to be painting for young ladies.
Right.
Because not everybody can be this person or that person. You have to be yourself. Who are you? Like, I'm not going to dress like everybody else. I'm not going to do what everybody else does. I'm not going to, you won't see me take my glasses off because you 3 are not wearing glasses. I will not take mine off. I'm blind as a bat. So therefore, God made me special. He wants me to wear glasses. I'm not going to conform to what everybody else is doing.
That's right. And you're not
what our young ladies need to understand, that they are unique. They are beautiful. They are smart. Don't shrink yourself.
That's right.
Or follow the crowd because of the fact that it's not cool.
That's right. Be true to who you are. I'm not gonna alter me. I'm not gonna change who I am. I'm gonna be me. I used to say to myself, you know, I think I've been mentioning to Leslie one time, you know, Leslie, you think I should tone it down a little bit? You think, you know, I need to, she said, no, you be true to who you are. Don't try to conform to what other individuals see you as, or you're trying to portray something that's not you. Like Shauna said, don't let a representative come up. No, you be true to who you are as a person.
Right.
Well, I think that more importantly, that we have to begin to learn that early. So here's the thing that I think that we fail to realize, especially as adults. Some of us got it early, some of us didn't. But we were all created with gifts and talents, right? And some of us tap into them a lot earlier than others. What we have to start explaining to our kids is that, okay, y'all, I'm gonna use Maya for instance, because Maya really is like this, right? And like, that's my chick, right? So, but Maya tapped into the fact that she could bake early, right? And what's good about her tapping into baking, because I could see all kinds of stuff with it. outside of what she really wants to do. But she also speaks French. So she could really have a killer side business. Just, it could be a French bakery because
I done tried, girl. I done tried.
I know you have.
I done tried. I even tried to get her to start her own French tutoring business, but you know, I can't force her to do something.
But here's the thing. The fact that she tapped into it earlier gives her the opportunity to start exploring a lot differently. So the other day I was talking to Chloe and I was like, hey, Chloe, what do you want to do? What do you want to be when you grow up? And my daughter said,
come on, Chloe.
What Chloe?
She was like, I want to have my own bakery. I want to be a violinist. I want to be a scientist. And all I told her, y'all, she named like 6 things. And what I said was, you can do all that.
Bam,
right?
Stream of income.
Because I don't want her to ever think that she can't do any of it, right?
That's right, Maureen. That's right.
And that's the worst thing we can do.
We create the boxes. We're not boxed in to start with. We create our boxes.
Thank you.
And I know this because I created one for myself initially, but y'all just wait for it to happen. And that's all I got to say. But if we begin to teach our kids early that God has blessed you with inalienable rights and gifts and all kinds of stuff. You have these things already because he knew us before we were in the womb, right?
Right.
So if they begin to learn that way, that, oh my God, I have specific gifts and talents. Once they tap into them, then they become very unstoppable.
Yeah, that's true.
They become very unstoppable. I was watching a young man some years ago and I started following him. I still follow him to this day. His name is Jalen Bledsoe, y'all. He's probably 20, 21, maybe somewhere between 20 and 22. But when I first started following him, he was like 16 or 17. And I stumbled upon him, I think he was interviewing with TD Jakes. And he said that. He said, well, God gives us all talents. He was like, I just tapped into mine early. And at the age of 11, he started teaching himself how to code. By the time he was 12, he wasn't only teaching himself how to code, but he was also like building like things for people. And he was charging them, but $10, $15 here, but then he was really doing a good job. So he went to a bank and wanted to open up a business banking account. And the banker at that business bank account was like, well, you'll need this, you'll need that. Let me see your ID. Now, you know, the boy 12, you know, he don't have ID.
He got no ID.
Put him out of the bank. It was like, don't come back in this bank. So from that, he went to an attorney and he said, I need you to help me to build my business, to set my business up correctly. And he told the attorney outright, I can't pay you. So the attorney hired him to do like IN jobs in the office and helped him build that business, right? And because sometimes our kids have to understand it, it's just an ask.
That's
right. You know that saying, you have not because you ask not.
That's
right. When he did that, it changed the game from him. So that was at 12. By the time he was 16, he was a millionaire.
Come on.
Wow.
And it wasn't like just a million, it was like 1 point, maybe like somewhere between 3 to 5, something like that.
That's great.
And so that business just kept booming, but it's because he made a decision to tap into what he's good at. My daughter likes video games. She's very good at video games.
Right.
So whatever you want to do, right? Our offspring, our youth, our children, we cannot deny them. We can guide them. Right. We don't want to deny them because we actually may not realize what that talent is until they've done enough things for us to say, this is where it's at. Like Chloe loves music. Chloe always has loved music. She's gonna love music. I know this about her, right? But I know this only because my baby's been loving music since my baby was a baby.
Right.
Now, had she started liking music at 6 and she's 8 now, we might need to, do a little bit more further investigation because she ain't been in the business long enough, right?
Right.
But my point is that I think when there's guidance there, as Tyneka was saying, they listen to a lot of the outside world. But when there's guidance there in the home, then we have that opportunity for them to say, oh, I'm excellent at this, right?
Yeah.
I can do this well. I'm a genius at this, because I'm for real. I'm always calling somebody a genius. I don't care who it is. Then at 17, like Maya, they become very firm in their stance. Like she is extremely firm her stance about everything, though.
Everything.
How she studies, how she runs her time. Y'all, I had to sit down with Maya when she had to check me. right? And it was okay for me to receive correction from a 17-year-old who was telling me the truth, right? But she's very firm in her stance, but that's because like the guidance was there. Like she said, we don't make her, because they don't, but there's guidance. There is some guidance there to say, okay, so like if she's saying, okay, this is what I want to do, then this is how we guide you in doing it. That's where we have to straighten up as parents. But I think that's what Lead Her does. Like Lead Her gives them the opportunity. So even if they don't hear it at home, they are having the opportunity to hear it from somebody who has their best interest at heart. I am very long-winded. I'm going to stop now.
Well, I like that though, Shauna. I mean, I think Tyneka, so if I were to, present to you my 16-year-old, what would your conversation with my 16-year-old be at this point? So describe to me, give me an idea of what that looks like. If she's in one of your sessions or meeting with you, what does that look like?
So when someone, the initial consultation is always complimentary. 30 minutes with me, and during that time, I'm listening. I ask them, the first thing I say is, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Right.
And I'm sitting there, I'm not taking any notes. I'm not doing anything. I'm just listening.
Right.
Because the biggest part of my job is for my antennas to go up when there's something, whether it's excitement, they're talking about a dream or an aspiration, but they just don't have the resources or the know-how to get there. Or if there's an emotion that there's a disconnect and it leads to an emotion. Right. So I'm always listening. That first consultation, that's what I'm doing. I'm listening. Right. And usually the next thing that I try to leave them in that consultation with inspiration, hope, something that, because we're going to come back together. And sometimes it's even, I do a follow-up session with them, because I want to make sure that everything that I heard, I processed it correctly.
Sure.
Because what I want, the one thing that I never want to do is to have a conversation with someone and I assume something.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm not one of those people that's going to like assume that they want to go to college and they're talking about a business venture. They're not talking about college. They're talking about they want to take their business to the next level. That's what they're talking about. So I want to make sure that I'm the person for them, because I recognize that I'm not for everybody. Right. So if you were to say, hey, Tyneka, can you talk to my daughter? Absolutely. You can go onto my website, h2gleadher.net, and they can schedule their 30-minute consultation with you. And then I'm going to listen. I'm going to process that. And then what I'll do is we will come back together. And what I call the Lead Her Pathway to Success.
Sure.
So it's the Lead Her Pathway to Success. And what I'm doing is all that information that I downloaded in that 30-minute session with them, I'm processing it, and I'm like, am I the person for them? Now, the thing about me is that I'm always scouring, and I'm watching people in businesses. Like the Fearless Women Entrepreneur Group, I don't have to go very far because the women are right there. Right. Sometimes I'm looking and I'm watching, and I'm like, I may not be the person for them, but I'm going to refer them. Because at the end of the day, my job is to make sure that our young ladies have the right foundation. So whether it be a foundation with me or it's a foundation with someone else, maybe they need additional spiritual guidance. They're like, hey, I'm fighting some things within myself that only God can help me with. And then I'm going to tap into one of my fearless spiritual leaders, and I'm going to say, hey, I have a young sister out there. And that's our job, is to make sure that people go to Christ if that's what they're looking for and they're asking. It's my job to lead them there.
Right.
I have a foundation based on faith, but I know that I'm not the person for them, because that calling that's on their life, what they're asking for right there, they need something deeper than what I can give them. Now, let's say their pathway to success is with me. In the leadership and communications realm. Absolutely. I'm going to create a plan for them. You guys know I love to communicate. I love to
you do.
I love the this.
Yes, she do. Yes, she do.
Come through with the communication.
Yes. So I am going to take them through the rigors of communication.
Absolutely.
We're going to dissect. We are going, again, I talked about the DISC. That's those four, those communication traits, dominant, influencing, steadiness, and compliance. We're going to dissect them. We're going to learn what they are, because make no mistake about it, most people don't know how they communicate. They don't know their own communication style.
Right.
So what I'm going to do is we're going to assess them, then we're going to dissect it. They're going to learn exactly who they are as a person. And then we're going to look at the other traits, because we all have inherently all four of those traits in us.
Yeah.
It all depends on the situation that we're put into. So therefore, we're going to teach them the law of awareness. And that law of awareness, so now if they want to be an entrepreneur, if they want to be a tutor in French, if they want to be a baker, if they want whatever it is they want to do, they're going to be able to communicate. If they're going to the bank and they want to get a loan, they're going to communicate with that loan.
Right.
They want to get new clientele, they're going to know how to communicate with their clientele. They're going to know, I can't communicate with the young ladies that I cater to, that I service. I can't service them if I'm coming at them and I'm communicating with them totally wrong.
Yeah.
Like, we are all around the same age group, right? So I communicate with you guys a little bit differently. When I'm on Instagram and I'm communicating with them, I can say the same thing I said to you guys, but I'm gonna say it in a different way that they're gonna be like, yo, who is that? Who was that? Who was
You're
that?
right though. But Tyneka, that's true. The way we communicate with each other is totally different.
Oh, yeah.
I can't come at somebody one way sideways. And
Right.
you know, they're like, who are you? You know,
Right.
you got to be a totally different person, because I remember when Tyneka did that training in the group about this. It was phenomenal. If you
Right.
all have not seen it, I'm gonna have to put that back up, because that training, it taught me so much about who I was as an individual, because, you know, I didn't realize my personality is like, you can have more, you know, you can fall in two different categories in your personality. And it allows you to see the better ways of communicating, not just as a business owner, but on your job, just in connections with your girlfriends, how you communicate, being a better listener. Maybe I talk too much. Maybe I need to do less talking and more listening. You know, those are the things that we have to look at as women, especially because we love to chat it up and talk it up.
Yeah.
But we got to figure out, maybe our girlfriends or people that we're connected to, they just want to be heard. Like Tyneka said, the first session is me just sitting back and listening. And sometimes we can't do that. We always have to chime in all the time. So we have to figure out better ways of communicating with each other. And then we get our point across a whole lot better when we learn how to communicate.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
I love all of that. All of that.
See, and the thing is you know what? Because that's what you do, boo. You the communication guru.
Look, connection.
I told you. You know what's funny though is that, you know, I was an academic advisor at UT Austin for about 12 years. And more times than often, I always had parents who would walk in and say, I need my daughter to graduate in 4 years. I need my son to graduate in 4 years. This is what they're majoring in, and bam, bam, bam. And then I'm looking at the expressions on these kids' faces, and I don't say anything. And I stop for a second. I wait till the parent is done. And then I look over at them and I said, tell me, is this the major that you want to major in? And more times than not, it's not what they want to do. And that has taught me the most valuable lesson, because now my conversations with my daughter about college is more into tapping into her passion, not what I think she should be doing. She went through this phase. She's like, I want to be an RN. I want to be an RN. But I see she comes to life when she talks about lashes, and she talks about fashion, and she talks about makeup. And so now my conversation is how you can major in business, and then you can implement what you have into a whole nother area. So many times parents want to mold their children into what they want them to do. And I think the communication piece that you all were speaking about is that I'm learning now how to communicate with my daughter and not so much implement and tell her, okay, well, this is what you need to do. I can guide her as much as I can, but I want her to utilize all the gifts that God gave her. TD Jakes made a comment one time, Bishop said, I can leave my children assets and money and all of these things, but the best gift that I can give them is what I teach them. Yes, and what I put in them. And so that's what I concentrate on now. You know, I majored in social work in college. Girl, can I tell y'all, I did social work for about 6 months and I ain't did it since. I wasted 4 years of an education. Girl, I ain't trying to counsel nobody. I ain't going to get no kids. I ain't going to do none of it. And I wasted 4 years of my mom and daddy's money. And when I tell you on paper, they said, when you do social work, I'm like, yeah, but don't play no mind to that, because sis didn't do none of that. You know what I'm saying?
But it's true though, because my daughter, I tell her all the time, she's filling out college applications right now. She knows she's been wanting to be a dentist since she was 7 years old.
Right.
But chick can burn in the kitchen, y'all. When I said that sister can cook her tail off.
Yeah.
And my husband always asking her, are you sure? You know, do you want to do dentistry? Are you sure? Because see, a lot of us as parents, we overlook things kids do. You know, I want to make sure that you understand what I'm saying to you. She said, nah, mama, you know, my focus is going to be dentistry, but my side hustle going to be cooking.
All right. See, and that's how you
there
bring
you
it
go.
together.
I told her, I said, boo, she said, mama, my dentistry will help me fund my cooking.
Your day job.
Plant the seed, y'all. Plant the seed. That's all we doing.
Told y'all she was solid.
Right.
That chick is solid.
When I say my baby, y'all,
and
when
we
I
have
say
to
solid,
remember that our young lady, we have to remember that you have to do something in order to fund your hobbies, right?
Yes.
So I will tell you that my 20-year military career is helping. It helps shape and fund.
Yes.
Lead her.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly.
Right.
I started my business and I'm not in debt for my business.
Yeah.
I did all of the necessary training, and thank you to the United States Air Force who helped me fund those trainings and everything, and life lessons. They gave me a lot of my life lessons that I can tell these young ladies, like, hey, this is exactly something that you may be faced with. Or relationships. Relationships is something that we kind of breeze over a little bit.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's talk about it.
We shy away from it so much in relationships. When our young ladies leave home, there's going to be so many pressures, so many things that are going to hit them all at once, and they're not going to have any mommy and daddy to like lean on.
That's right.
And you have to make those deposits in them early, so that they do cross the threshold of your home, that they are now into the world, and you know that they're going to be safe and secure because you deposited that foundation. You can give them $1 million.
Right.
Never teach them money management skills.
Yeah.
Over the threshold of your house, and they will be back home in 5 minutes.
You better know.
All I got is a bag of Bojangles and a Toyota Corolla. Like what?
The prodigal son done showed back up.
Empty.
But I'm gonna tell you something that I wanted to add in it, and it's been hitting me and keep hitting me and keep hitting me. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna remember. The deposits that we put in our kids, we have to also remember that more than what we say, what we do makes the difference. Because our bodies, our minds are automatically trained to learn subconsciously. So when you find yourself doing something, you be like, my mom used to do this way. That's because you watched her do it for so long.
Right.
This became the norm. This became what it is, right? And so we have to remember that part when we're teaching and we're guiding our children or the youth that we're connected to, that they take a look at the things we're doing. And when you're talking about youth have social, like not, Chloe, she's a kid, but when I'm talking youth who have the ability to have social media, they follow us, they watch us, they see us. And in what they're seeing is not it's not conducive, or it doesn't, correlate with what we telling them. Yeah. Use a fraud. Yeah. And that's how they look at it. Well, she said that, but she don't do that. Right. But she really don't do that. Right. So I think that we have to just be cognizant of the fact that not just what we're telling, because a lot of times I know growing up, like I love my parents. They ain't have a book. So the things that my parents were strict.
Go on, testify.
But you a preacher kid. That's
Go on,
why.
testify.
You a PK kid.
Look,
So that's
I just relived it.
why.
they were strict,
I was like,
but some of the things that
You had a
they were, you know,
flashback.
look, I relived it. They would tell, but they were not the examples of like what you was telling me. It sounds good, but show me something that makes sense, right?
Right.
We are like I'm visual learning everything. Like show me the money, show me the weight loss program. Please show me the weight loss program.
What?
Show me.
Join me in the
You know what I'm
Join me in the gym. We'll go.
Yeah.
saying? Listen, but we have to consider that. Oh, and as we are taking I just saw Tyneka take a quick little sip. So you guys, today we're taking sips out of our cups made by the one and only Carter's Crafty Concepts.
Okay, I got it.
Leslie's going to put hers on order, but we're drinking out of Carter's Crafty Concept cups today. Make sure you get yours. Please place your order by October the 15th.
I'm gonna do it.
It's our commercial intermission. We want to.
But you can see we
business
fully
owners, y'all.
supported.
We believe in branding and promote. My husband's a cute. So
Look,
we promote, you know, that's how we do things around here.
If you check out our cups, you'll see that my cup is All Things the Connection Guru. This is not only an advertisement for me, but this is also an advertisement for Janae Carter of Carter's Crafty Concepts.
You better know it.
Does with these cups,
you
is
know,
amazing.
I'm
better
gonna
know
get
it.
my She Promotes Network cup so I can stop y'all. I ain't gonna be the one left out. I'm gonna
You
get
better get your cup.
Put your order in by October the 15th if you're watching this, because that's when she's going to shut down the orders for the holidays. So you want to get your cups in, y'all. I love my cup. Hold on. And my family, we thick out here because this is a Stiletto Boss University cup.
Oh, God, girl.
University is a national youth organization to help young ladies learn entrepreneurship. I think you guys would be good connections. But this is Chloe's cup. We out here like bosses.
And y'all trying to, let me tell y'all something, even though we girlfriend chit chatting here, but we believe in promoting one another. That's another thing we do here.
Yeah,
And
you got to champion somebody else.
You know what I'm saying? Because on this platform in Fearless Women Entrepreneurs, that's what I believe in doing. That's why I developed the group, is because I believe in promoting one another. That's how we do this. I am so serious because I believe that we all lead, and I believe in us supporting each other.
Yeah.
Because that's what we're supposed to do as women. If we can't support each other, we can't back each other up as women and say, girl, I'm your look, I'm your cheerleader. I'm gonna go hard for you. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of what happens with me, I'm gonna go hard for my girl. Period. You know, I got your back. You my girl.
But that's a big problem today, is that we all there's a lot of entrepreneurs out there since COVID happened.
Yeah.
Entrepreneurs have come out of the woodworks. And I celebrate and applaud each and every entrepreneur.
That's right.
Took the leap.
Yeah.
That went out on faith and said, look, I don't know what it looks like.
That's
I
right.
don't know how I'm going to make it from here to here, but I'm going to do it. And I'm going to do it without fear.
Right.
That you're out there, you need a support system.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is that other entrepreneurs like me, I'm not making cups. I don't know how to make a tumbler. Don't. I need advertisement, but I don't know how to make a tumbler. You're not going to see me in my kitchen whipping up tumblers. That's just not going to happen.
Right.
So when Janae was introduced to me by Shauna, when she was introduced, and I had my conversation with her and my consultation with her, I was like, she is a businesswoman. She knows her craft. She understands it. And then to watch her process. Now I have something that I can promote. I'm not going to just sip out of my cup and not say
exactly.
Shout out to Janae, to Carter.
Thank you, Janae. Yes, indeed. I mean, come on, y'all. That's what we doing here.
Listen,
come on.
So you guys know Janae is watching by Fearless Entrepreneurs, the Fearless Women Entrepreneurs group, and she said, "Thank you guys so much. I
know it, girl, because we love you, boo."
Like, oh Lord. She said we're gonna make her cry. But
don't you do it, girl.
I wanted to
we do, y'all. We promote. I mean, you know, we had to pop it in because a lot of us, you don't realize, y'all, that a lot of us connect. And
Yeah.
that's one thing I can say about Shauna Price. That sister taught me personally about connecting and networking. I mean, no, I'm gonna tell you now, I gotta be real with y'all. When you connect with somebody in business that teaches you how to be not only a businesswoman and realize that, dog, I don't network like I should.
Right.
Connect with women like I should.
Right.
I need to get out here in these, like she told me, in these virtual streets. You know, we virtual now.
Yeah.
And you got to hit these ladies up and get to know them. Hey, I want to get to know you. And in doing so, we patronize each other.
Exactly.
We buy things from each other because we believe in your service. We believe in everything about you. And don't turn around and bring me a phenomenal product. Oh, I'm going to sing it from the rooftops because I want everybody to see what she's doing, how she does it. And then how excited I am when I received my product in the mail. You know, y'all, I had to do a live about it because it was so good. I mean, you know, but that's what we should be doing. That's the whole point of Lead Her, igniting, getting these ladies to see their potential, see their growth, but at the same time, we support each other. We got each other's back, you know, and supporting each other is not always buying, but it's taking time out of our busy schedule to say, hey, girl, what's going on with you today? How you doing? How's business, Tyneka? How things holding up? You know, it's not always about what can you do for me or what I can do for you. It's just that connection, that relationship. Like Shauna tell me, you got to cultivate every single relationship that you be.
Exactly.
I connect with Leslie and I say, I love you, Leslie. I love everything about you. But in weeks and weeks go by, I got to continually feed into that relationship and get to know her even more on a personal level. Because some of us as business owners, we do our business with somebody, but then we get to know them on a personal side, you know, your kids, your life, your husband, everybody, you know. But that's the point of us cultivating those relationships and developing who we are as women. You know, and then we instill that same thing in our kids and everybody around us because it spills out. And we have to continue to keep pouring that same information into other women. Get out here in these virtual streets, ladies. Connect, get to know people. You know, don't get me wrong, like Sean said, sliding in somebody's DM can kind of sometimes make creepy feelings for some people. But you know, we get kind of creepy with it, you know. Y'all know what I'm saying.
I can give y'all a quick tip on sliding the DM that it makes sense and it's not creepy because what you do from there makes more sense. But I wanted to say thank you for that, Amira, first of all. Thanks, honey. I appreciate you. And I'm gonna tell you something because sometimes we don't keep it up like we should, right? Because like I really need to sit down and just have conversation with Tyneka. I haven't had a good wind down in a minute. I haven't had.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me interrupt you. When is your next? Oh, yeah, y'all. Wind down. Yes. Thank you, Shauna.
So
she does a wind down. Yeah.
So the wind down, I'm trying because I'm going to tell you the summer picked up and everybody's business is picked up. So what I'm going to do is in the fall. It is now the fall. So we are going because we're getting ready to be nestled back up in our homes.
Yes, we
are. It's about to be cold again. So yes, I am bringing back the wind down. Thursday nights, we're going to have it lit. In the virtual space.
Lit. I'm here.
She's like lit, girl, lit.
We are going to have, we're going to have the chit chat, but we're going to take it offline. Because the conversations that we're going to have, they need to be offline.
Yeah.
And I'm going to bring the wind down to our younger demographic. Right. Because of the fact, and I might change the name because wind down and
they can Kool-Aid down.
Fruit punch it down.
Cool it down. That's what it's
going to be.
Down.
In this conversation. See, let me tell you why I think what you getting ready to do is going to be bomb. Because my daughter and I, my mother lives in Louisiana. I live here. And every afternoon, my daughter and I, we hop in the car, right? And we come away from daddy. It's just she and I in the car. And he's like, y'all go riding every afternoon. What he doesn't realize is we're not necessarily going anywhere. But I'm riding because she has the boy conversation with me. She's like, well, mommy, you know, why is it that every young boy, 16, you know, I'm gonna get to know you, but I need to get to know you. We get to have that conversation in atmosphere. We're away from home and daddy hovering around. But that's the kind of conversation I think that would be awesome because our girls need an outlet. They need to hear
That's
it
right.
in a safe environment, what's comfortable, how do you approach certain situations, and especially our Black girls, because you have all of these different things coming at them. How do they know what's the right way? I find myself mentoring a lot of my daughter's friends because they're not getting it at home.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And so I love what you're doing, because if having that environment, I would throw my daughter in it in a minute. Because, sometimes they don't want to receive stuff from us because we mama, and then I don't play around with words. I'm like, girl, let me tell you.
But you can't.
I do the finger. I said, he don't do blank, blank, blank. This is what you don't do.
That's right. That's right.
And if you don't set a standard, she and I know we have the McDonald's concept that I talk about. I said, when you go to the counter at McDonald's, I said, the person's on the other end, what do they tell you? She said, they say, how can I help you? I said, and if you tell the man at the cashier that you just want a drink, you want a fry, and you want a burger, I said, and then when you get it, you get onions, you get a small fry, and you get a Coke. You say, oh, but I didn't want that. I said, you know what you do? You set your expectations from the word go.
You better say it.
I said, you can't blame the other person because you didn't set a standard. You didn't tell them what you
right.
You can't change the script midstream. You do it in the beginning. And so those are the types of conversations that I think young girls need to have, especially young Black girls, because they need to understand their value. You can't get mad at the little boy when you didn't set the standard.
Exactly.
Right.
It took me a long time to have that foundation in relationship.
Right.
It took me a long time to be able to say, this is not working for me.
Right.
Right. Cool, but this is not working for me. This is
right.
This is not healthy for me, and
right.
it's not going to be healthy for you in a minute.
Right.
So therefore, and it takes courage to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to learn that over time. But
right.
now I'm like, if I had a daughter, I would deposit those things in her now.
Yeah.
You have to.
When she becomes older, or when she's exposed to those types of things where she's going to have to make a decision, she can say, no, I told you that I wanted a medium Coke, a medium fry, and a double Whopper with cheese. I told you that's what I wanted.
Right. And
when you don't get it, okay, this is a problem.
Yeah.
It's all the writing's on the wall.
I'm not eating this. This is not what I asked for. You know your worth, and you say, this is the standard. And if you don't meet the expectation, then we have to make some changes. Because
and it's all about knowing your worth and setting the expectation from the word go. But some of our young women, and here's the reason why I said that, because that deposits into our work life. We accept a lot of things on our jobs. We accept a lot of things in our businesses. But the problem is, if you set the expectation from the word go, how much I want to make per year, this is what I'm looking for in my financial package. This is all of what I want. See, you can't get mad if you're 6 months into this position and say, well, what about my raise? See, that should have been discussed. What does promotion look like? So it's you have to know everything that you do in your personal life can definitely fall over into your business life. It goes one and the same. Set the expectations from the word go. When you teach our young girls how to go in, how to interview, how to dress when you go in, how to appropriately ask for certain things, it's them knowing what to do, because our schools, a lot of them don't teach that. But if we start now, just imagine if our schools taught children how to do financial literacy, how to handle.
Come on now.
They don't do them over here.
They're not going to teach you financial literacy. They're not going to teach you how to manage your money. They're not going to teach you all that.
Because they don't want you to know that.
Right.
Exactly. But that is the reason why.
That, honestly, y'all, that is not their responsibility anyways.
Right.
So that's what happened. We get away from the whole, it starts in the home thing. We want somebody else to take responsibility. That way, when things fall apart, it's not our fault, but it is your fault. Because if you don't teach your kid how to spell, that's your fault. If you don't teach your kid how to read, that's your fault. If you don't teach your kid to set boundaries now, I like that, y'all. My daughter is 8. Chloe is matter of fact. It's things that she will do, things that she won't do. And literally, y'all, if she says, Mommy, can I have, yesterday she wanted some crackers, but they're my communion crackers, and you're not about to eat my communion crackers, right?
Your communion crackers.
I take communion every single day. See, the Bible says, yes, the Bible says, as often as you do this, do this in remembrance of me. I do it every day. Okay?
I'm gonna do, you know what? I'm glad you said I'm gonna go get my crackers. Because I was sticking to certain time, but I'm like, you know, Lord, that's just Jesus speaking to me, telling me I'm gonna have to go in. And I'm going to go
Listen, you have to understand the power of the Holy Communion, but that's another conversation. We can do.
Girl,
That's
you
why I
done
connect people with people, because I'm not
you
gonna
got
say
me
that.
here wanting to cry. Girl, you got me wanting to cry.
I'm serious.
I
Y'all
said,
laughing now, but it's very powerful.
I
Girl.
didn't do that though. That was just God planting that seed. So
I
he
know that's right.
to get it.
I didn't go buy my communion crackers today.
Girl, order them things. I'm going there. Thank you, Shauna.
She wanted a snack, and my point is this is how she is.
Right.
And she wanted a snack, but she wanted her snack to be my communion crackers, and I was like, nah, B. And so she was like, well, I don't want a snack anymore. And I was like, because I was like, you can have popcorn, and she was like, nope, I don't want a snack anymore. And I was like, all right. So, and I say that to say that she's very particular in the things that she wants. And even if she gets an option, if it's not what she wants, she cuts it off because she has a way of setting boundaries at
Right.
And if we don't teach our kids, see, I learned the hard way about having boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
Willy-nilly, I just didn't have none. Like recently, I got boundaries in the last year, y'all, real talk, like real boundaries with people. But if we're not leading them and saying, okay, well, you do this, you know, this is how this can work. This is how this is the conversation. Oh, we're talking about boys, blah, 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 but not just standards, but actual boundaries. Nah, bro, you don't get to kiss me. You're not that cool.
Yeah. And
a lot of us don't set boundaries.
I
A
don't
lot of
kiss
us
on the
don't.
first date or the 10th one. But a lot of us don't have boundaries. And
A lot of us don't have boundaries. We just let people
or
whatever and monopolize all of our time. And you know, we don't say on Fridays is designated for my family time and the people I want, my family, my kids. That time is designated for them. I'm not going to be doing anything else outside of that. And if you don't set those boundaries, you work yourself in the ground every single day. Self-care goes out the window. You just working, and there's no boundaries.
Let me tell you, my mother's thing is, and she's visiting, she's walking around here. She tells me all the time, she said, you need to set limits because takers have none.
Ooh, that's good.
I tell your mama, I said she's my new best friend.
Take.
She said, you need to set limits because takers have none, because their goal, their mission is always being fulfilled because they're the ones that's taking, they're receiving. But if you don't set the limit, they don't have none because they will continue to take. As long as you're pouring, they'll be drinking. So if we don't set aside, and you don't want people to have access to you because they don't value that which they didn't work for.
Dang, Leslie, that's good.
Yeah, it's getting deep.
Good,
I
Leslie.
wrote it down. I already wrote it
down. You wrote it down.
Listen, that's good.
As long as you pouring, they drinking. That's deep right there.
As long as you pouring, they're drinking. There's a book called Red Sea Rules, and it says that people don't value that which they didn't work for. So that which they didn't put their blood, sweat, and tears is, they have no moral fiber when it comes to you, because they have, and in the example he gave, he said, when I gave my son a car, he said he wrecked it, he didn't take care of it, he never washed it. But when he had to work and get his own, he didn't want a crumb in it. But the thing is that because he had an investment in that particular thing. And if you have someone, they don't care anything about your vision. And that's why this group is so important, because I feel like we need to take care of it like Amira takes care of it, but we'll never do it to the magnitude that you, because this is your blood, sweat, and tears. And that's what we need to understand, is that I learned boundaries are necessary. Absolutely necessary. You didn't work for mine, so I'm not going to expect you to go hard like I go hard. But you will respect it though. You
gonna respect it.
That's a
guys in the comments. They're talking to us. They're talking in the comments, and it's good.
You gotta respect. It's like you gotta respect who I am as an individual.
Yeah.
Period. Yeah. That's how this gonna go down. You gonna respect me. You gonna value me. And it's sad that, like you said, as long as you pouring, they taking. You know, I'm giving all of my energy. I'm giving all of me to you, trying to get you right, trying to get your business right, trying to get you on the right path. You know, you on the ledge looking down, trying to figure out how I'm gonna take the first leap and invest in myself and do this thing.
Right.
But at the same time, I don't look behind me and say, well, why Les? The Les is just pouring. I need you to do it. I want you to push. I believe in you. I'm giving you all the skills, all the tools. I'm laying it out for you.
Right.
And people don't realize how much I pour into you, how much time I'm investing in you. Regardless, don't get me wrong, y'all. People can pay you all day long. You take their money. But at the end of the day, I provide a service.
Yes.
And if that service is not being fulfilled, I don't want your money.
Right.
I don't want your money.
Right.
That's
true.
how I look at it.
Right. And so that's why what you do, Tyneka, I think is awesome. I think the seeds that you're going to plant with girls moving forward, they're going to remember that, and they're going to take that to someone else. So we're always planting seeds. Someone's going to come through and they'll be able to pour that same bit of information to somebody else. So we're always just planting a seed and and seeing the fruit of that sometime later. So what you do is awesome. I'm definitely going to be on your heels, girl. First, I'm
excited. I'm excited.
Janae said she's looking forward to your order.
Sis, I'm coming because I'm not happy that everybody got a cup.
Everybody got a cup, but you. Now we gotta get you on the cup patrol. You gotta be on it, because I'm telling you, that's what we're doing here. Being on it.
So we're gonna push that. We're gonna, as a matter of fact, everybody in the Fearless Women Entrepreneur group need to get a cup from Janae. Every last person. If you get one, and you get one just one time.
It promotes
her business.
That's right. Tyneka is promoting your business.
It takes your business. When I'm doing any type of master class, or I'm doing any type of interview, I'm doing anything, I always have my Tumblr here because I want brand recognition. They're like, oh, they know my colors because Janae, she took careful attention to my brand colors, mixed it to, this is a brand, this is the Lead Her brand color. This is not just pink, this is the Lead Her pink.
Right. We're gonna get a Fearless Women Entrepreneur cup.
That's we're gonna have to do that. We're gonna have to do that thing, Janae. I'm gonna have to do it.
I like.
Dive in and do it.
We can get the colors, we ain't had a face. We can have a mirror's face on there. I don't care. But I just want one that says Fearless Women Entrepreneur. You hear that, Janae? We need a cup, sis. We need a cup.
Oh, we need a girlfriend chit chat cup.
Yes.
Girl, you know it.
We placing orders, Janae.
Gotta do this thing.
I wanted to tip into the comments, guys, because we are having we got some love out here, and you may want to look on your pages to see if people are watching. But in our group, Melanie is in, and Janae is in. Tiffany Davis is here. Shamandrian, I think she's in here too. But they are really enjoying what we're talking about today.
Well, that's phenomenal. I'm glad everybody is having a huge takeaway, because let me tell y'all something. It's all about being comfortable. It's all about us. A lot of times, y'all, we do webinars, we do summits, we do conferences, we do so many things that's so organized and together. But when you can just, as girls, take your head down, relax, kick back, and just have conversation. And this is what we do as girlfriends, y'all. When we catch up with our girlfriends, this is what we do. How you been doing, girl? What's going on? What's new in your life? This is what we do. Even with business, we can sit up, and don't get me wrong, y'all. As women that are in business or entrepreneurs, we can talk business all day.
Yeah.
And not even realize that we help each other in a circle. I can sit up with these 4 women all day long, and they're constantly pouring into me. And that's what we have to realize, is that I posted something today and I said, who is in your circle?
Yeah.
Who is in your circle? Do you know what your circle look like? How big is your circle?
Yeah.
How tight knit are you as your confidants, as your people you go to when you're struggling with depression, you're not feeling good, you sick, you got interviews to do, you got meetings to attend. How you gonna push through, girl? Sometimes you need to pick up that phone and connect with somebody, your mentor, your minister, anybody, your coach, anybody that can help you throughout the day, any struggle that you could be going through, because we have those days.
That's right.
We have those days we could just pick up the phone. I was up one night, 2 a.m. in the morning, and I needed a good laugh, and I hit up Annette. I was like, Annette, what's going on, girl? And she had me laughing, and that's what I needed. You know what I'm saying? That's what I needed. And I think that's what sometimes we miss as entrepreneurs, but just as women in general. Yeah. We got to have somebody that we can connect with. somebody we can connect with and talk with.
Yeah.
That's because God is a relationship God. We
better
are
know it.
relationship people. He
That's right.
designed us to connect. He designed he said it himself, man shall not be alone.
That's
He
right.
meant that. That's why we like we are. Y'all don't care whether we online or not. We crave human connection, and we may crave it the way we crave it because, you know, it depends on if you're introvert, extrovert, ambivert, however we want to go with that. But we do crave human connection. And so, like, I feel you on that. That's
Everybody
why
communicates a
is
different
what it
way.
is.
But if you come to leave her, I'll show you how to.
Thank you, sis.
Bam, there you go. Look at her.
Effectively communicate.
Effectively, if
You
you
need to do
don't
a whole commercial like that.
I believe, so here's another point. I believe that we all four of us have a different lane in the road.
Yeah.
There's never any traffic in your lane if you stay.
Woo! Let me put that in the group.
Say that again, girl. Say that again. Your lane.
There is
I
never
love
any
it.
traffic in your lane if you stay in your lane.
Okay.
There's never any traffic in your lane. So you won't see me dipping in the connection group saying, I can't do it the way she does it because that's hers. That's her lane.
Yes.
I'm not going to bring fearless entrepreneurs together because that's not my lane.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do what Leslie Thomas does because that's not my lane.
Right.
When you start emulating and getting outside of where it is you're supposed to be, guess what? It's going to come across fraudulent.
Yeah.
You're going to be all over the place.
Yep.
It's unfocused.
Right.
And you're not going to get the results that you think.
Right.
The blessings that is for the woman over here and the blessing that's for the woman over here, that's for them.
Exactly.
Your blessing is coming, but it's going to take hard work.
Right.
It's going to take studying. It's going to take self-development.
Right.
It's going to take some tears. It's going to take some resources. It's going to take a lot of things for you to be the person that you're supposed to be. You can put a title on anything.
Right.
Leadership, you can put a title on anything. You call yourself CEO, but if you have nobody you're not influencing anyone, that means that you're walking by yourself because leadership is influence. Nothing more and nothing less.
That's right.
So I teach young ladies all the time, be who you are supposed to be.
Right.
Walk in your purpose. If you're not supposed to do that and it doesn't feel natural to you, don't do it.
Right.
It will come across fraudulent. Like everything that we say, the words that come out of our mouths, it's coming from our lane.
That's right.
I can't even remember some of the things that other people are saying because it's not for me.
Right.
It's for me.
Right.
I'm not going to regurgitate somebody else's stuff because it's not for me.
Right. But you know,
I'm not going to do that.
Here's the thing though. You know, it's so awesome. God spoke to me one time, I swear in my sleep, because that's where he and I have chit chat. Let me tell you something. God, I kept trying to figure out for about 2 years why nothing was moving in my life. And I promise you, God clearly said to me, he said, until I get the authentic you, it won't move.
Wow.
Ooh. He said, I made you, I gave you your gifts and talents. And so I'm trying to move again in somebody else's lane. God said, until I could use the real you, because I need you naked. I need you naked, open to whatever. He said, and then I can use you. You know, we don't want to go too biblical, but here's the thing. Everybody that God used in the Bible, look at their stories. Everybody want to come to the table perfect. Every one of us had a story. And it may not be cute and it may not be pretty, but isn't it amazing how God can make something so crazy, but make it so beautiful at the same time?
Right.
That's what God wants. He needs that true us. He needs that authentic us. And when we start moving in that lane, that unique lane that don't belong to nobody else, that's when we're going to see our businesses flourish. That's when we're going to see our personal lives flourish, but not one moment until then. The only thing I can tell somebody, your prayer should be, God, help me to be my authentic me so you can use me.
Wow. That's right.
That's what that should be the prayer. I don't want to be Amira. I don't want to be Sean. I don't want to be Tyneka. I want to be Leslie. Show me how to maneuver in her and be true to her and be happy with her and be all fierce with just her, but in you, God, because you said I can do all things through you, but he's saying, I need the real you.
That's right.
Yes, absolutely.
And you gotta love that woman. You gotta love her. You gotta love who you are as a person.
gotta like that
love
person.
inside and
Exactly.
out. Every drop of me, I
all
love
these
me.
chubby cheeks and
Everything, girl, you gotta love it all. Love
You
it all because he designed you just the way you are. So you need
Not
to be
designed me
walking in it
too.
and believing that this is what I'm destined to do. This is
Yeah.
who I'm destined to be.
That's right.
And as long as I accept my destiny and accept my calling and then I'm
Yeah.
walking in it, everything else is gonna fall right in place.
So right into
It
it.
is.
Exactly.
I often have a saying that I don't really know how to be anybody else other than me, right?
Yeah.
Being somebody else to me is just way too much pressure. It's way
It's
too
a
much.
lot of work when you do it.
I don't have a problem with if I repeat something you saying you said it.
But she stood up.
It's way too much pressure, right? Like I don't have that kind of time. I don't have that kind of time.
I
period,
know.
right?
I don't have
But
brain
it's a
cells.
lot of work to try to be somebody else. That's
That's
why
too much work. It's too
Yeah.
much work.
y'all, people don't want to meet your representative no ways.
Oh,
For some, we've been made to think that, well, if we show up this way and we show up that way. I was having a conversation on the phone with this lady yesterday, and she was asking me this question. And I was like, well, listen here, right? I wasn't disrespectful in how I said it, and I wasn't, let's just say I was very, what's the word I want to use? I was tactful, right? I wasn't like out of bounds, but I wasn't stepping out. I'm not stepping outside of Shauna no more.
Right.
Now I have stepped outside of Shauna, not being nobody else, but just stepping outside of Shauna in the sense of not loving her like I should, not liking her like I should, that kind of thing. But oh, baby, them days over.
Yes.
And that's what's important about what you do, because it gives them an opportunity to say, I like me.
right.
I like the things like y'all, real talk. Have y'all ever realized, like, growing up when you young, you want the bad boy, but you married a nerd, you married a band geek,
Yeah.
you married, do you understand?
I married a
band geek,
nerd.
right? So
Yeah.
like,
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
listen, but that's because our true selves really don't want the bad boy.
That's
No.
right. That's right. The true you.
We don't know that, right? We don't know that we want the good guy unless we've had that guidance, unless we're understanding that it's okay for you to be geekish and be with the geek. Listen, smart guys finish first anyways, right? The geek is gonna have the company, possibly. What it is that it comes from us just understanding that I'm cool just the way I am.
Yeah.
Like if y'all look at my lives now, I say that a lot. I'm a cool chick.
Yeah. I love me.
And you love yourself. That's how we supposed to be.
Leslie, you said something that, oh my goodness, it took me a long time to love Tyneka.
I love
And when I fell in love with her,
it was over. Sis.
It was
Loving everything about it.
a wrap. It was a wrap.
Loving it.
Let me
And
tell you.
then I found someone that loves himself just as much as I love myself.
That's
So
right.
Together,
There you boom. That's it.
But
It's
love.
over. It's
it's
over.
nothing but love. It's the 70s.
Oh,
It's over. But you gotta, y'all, but you know, we gotta learn to love ourselves sometimes. And it radiates. You know, people see, oh, she really feeling herself. Oh, she really love who she is. And especially when your verbiage and your language speaks to it, the power that comes out of you, the energy that comes out of you. And people are like, boy, she really love what she do. She's passionate about it. You know, she go hard for it. And they want, and this is what happens. I want to be just like you.
yeah.
I want to have that same energy. I want to have that same excitement. But how did you get to that place of loving you and loving everything about you to the point that it spills out into your business?
Yeah.
It spills out into your life.
Yeah.
And for you know, everything is moving exactly the way you envisioned it to be and where God designed it to be. You are trying to rush the process sometimes. Rush it. We're ready to get to the finish line, but we got to work at it to get to that point.
Right.
We got to
People
work at it.
Authenticity. People love that. And that's what I love about you, Amira, real talk. I think you know, when you and I talked about it, and I'm like, no, I love you just the way you are, because I love authenticity. I love people who are so comfortable in their own skin. You know, my daughter, you know, she's a nice, pretty plus size chick, and I got to remind her on more than one occasion. I say, it is your confidence that's going to get you in the door.
That's right.
People can spot confidence a mile away, but they also can spot your insecurities a mile away too.
Oh yeah.
So now,
Yes.
my daughter walks into a room, baby, you can't tell that chick nothing. But I like that though, because the world doesn't expect her to feel as confident as she does, but she does. And so it shocks many because they're like, wait a minute, you know, she plus size, what's up with that? But honey, let me tell you something, you can't tell her she ain't a size 2 in her mind, because the truth is she loves who she is. And I love that, because her confidence that's going to get in. And that's what I love about each of you women. I love the fact that you own who you are. That's why I like you, Amir. I ain't lying. You got all kind of spice and flavor. Gun. I say that's my little Cardi B of the fearless entrepreneurs. I said
that's your Cardi B of the fearless.
She's the spiritual version, you know. But the funny thing is though, when you think about that, there are a lot of people who like Cardi B, but not because of her music, but because she's authentic and she's true to who she is.
Yeah. And a lot of us walk around here, we can't be true to who we are. We got to pretend. We fake it till we make it.
Exactly.
You walk around here faking being somebody.
Y'all done made my day today, y'all. Just so
listen, the fake it till we make it though, it's amazing how we take on the what society says, what society thinks, what society we no longer we stop thinking for ourselves. That is the real issue. We don't have our own thoughts sometimes. We don't have. That's how we get into not loving ourselves, because society says you got to be a size 4 and bow-legged when you can be a size what I am and bow-legged, right? Like, but that's the truth. And so, like, here's the thing, right? This is what has been helping me, right? Because, and Amira will tell you, because sometimes I'll be on the phone like, girl. But I decided to start seeing myself the way God sees me.
Yes.
And because I start seeing myself the way God sees me as healthy. God sees me as prosperous. God sees me as smaller than, like, back to my normal size that I ain't seen in like 20 years. I'm coming back with a vision,
so
right?
Crazy.
But he sees me as wonderful. I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. Y'all, he know how many hairs I got on my. He sees me so much differently than I see myself.
Right.
That way, I'm able to not just walk in the confidence of God, but I can walk in my own confidence because, hey, boo, who's gonna check me?
See, the thing is, so we have to remember something. So you made a point. You said the woman that you were 20 years ago.
Right.
The woman that you were 20 years ago.
Not me as a person.
Even in the package.
The package got to go back. No, it's got to go back.
That package that you are in makes you the woman
I am today.
Yes. So be confident, be brave, do everything, because God designed that package not to stay the way it was. God created that package to evolve. God created that package to change, because you have something in you that is supposed to be for somebody else. You're supposed to plant seeds in other
people. With that.
So
I definitely can agree
that's
with
good,
that.
Tyneka.
That package is right for you.
That's good, Tyneka.
God wants that package the way that's supposed to be right now.
I can agree with some of that, because I do agree with the fact that we're not supposed to be the person we were. But health-wise, He doesn't intend for me to be unhealthy. He doesn't intend for me taking myself out. And so the package of being small, I don't want to be 2020. I'm 43 years old. I want to be thick with it. You know what I'm saying? but I do agree wholeheartedly with the things that I've been through. It is set up for somebody else to catch this, right? I agree with that wholeheartedly. But as they catch it, they can catch 10 pounds while they're on the way, because that's got to go. Health-wise, y'all, for real talk. Health-wise, it's got to go. If
Charlotte, I be knocking on your door every day. Shauna, come on, let's go walking. Come on, Shauna, let's go running.
I know. I wish you wasn't, Charlotte.
Watch, Shauna, come on.
You're too far away.
I would be beating on
I am too far away, because I ain't
45, 50-minute drive. I done drove to her house.
See,
if I'm going,
Charlotte.
If I'm going to her house, I'm going for the day. That's all I'm gonna say that on that note. I'm going for the day.
Look, that's how you know you don't have them pop-up visitors. They gotta call and schedule an appointment.
You right. You tell the truth. Because when I lived in South Carolina, I ain't had them pop-up visits because I was too far away.
They gonna schedule an appointment. You gonna be home today? Because I think I was gonna come around 5. Tiffany Davis said we should enhance each other's greatness. That's what I see you ladies doing. It's good. I love that.
Love you, girl. You just get so much love. Thanks,
Agreed.
Tiffany.
Thank you, Tiffany. Agreed.
Wonderful. I'm glad. You know, yeah, I was hoping that this particular, you know, when I created Girlfriends Chit Chat, I was hoping that the individuals that will come on the platform will actually be excited about what they do.
Yeah.
Excited about the conversations that we have. And then the people that come up the timeline can have a huge takeaway. Because every time I do, we've done this, this is show number 3. We're doing this thing because every time we do it, we get excited about it. Every single guest we have, it is phenomenal. And we hope that everybody has a takeaway.
Yeah.
You get some type of value. You get something from us as we're talking. Right. And then the great thing about it on the 23rd of this month, we're going to be doing it in a Zoom room. I'm inviting every last woman on the 23rd to come in a Zoom room. And like you said, Tyneka, when you come in the room, we're going to network. We're going to connect. We're going to chat it up. We're going to sip it up. We're going to have us a good time in the room because a lot of times, ladies, we want to connect. And like Shauna said, sometimes we got to talk to each other and have a conversation. Yeah. So on the 23rd of this month, on a Friday, the 23rd, at 7:00 p.m., we're going to be in a Zoom room. And we're going to all get to know each other, chat it up, introduce ourselves to each other, talk about what some of us do for a living. And we're going to have 2 special guests that's going to come and chat it up because our topic of discussion on the 23rd is presentation is everything. Yes, presentation is key. So my thing is, some conversations you say for the room, like you said, Tyneka, some things we got to do in a room amongst ladies, not in the open really, but we got to do it in a room where we can actually really chat it up and really have that deep, intimate conversation. Because sometimes when you get in the vein real good, you can do it in the room. You know what I'm saying, y'all? And we can really have that heart to heart. We can connect with one another in the Zoom room. So that's what we're going to be doing on the 23rd of this month. And I'm excited about it. I hope you ladies are able to attend. I'm going to be putting up the Zoom link coming really soon. If you have not had an opportunity to join Fearless Women Entrepreneurs, that's what a Zoom link is going to be at. It's going to be in the group. Exactly. So you come on in the group, you get to know us. You get to know everybody in the room. Because I'm telling y'all, you miss it. Huh?
In the room, it's in the group.
Well, it's in the group, but it's gonna be in a room.
I swear I started singing that. I wanted to start singing that old spiritual "Come On"
in my room.
You might as well have communion now too.
Look, yeah, Shauna got Shauna got the crackers.
Live, I'm having communion.
I got the juice, Shauna. You got the crackers.
I'm gonna send you a personal shout out when I take my communion in the morning. I'm gonna
listen, y'all laughing, but there's so much freedom in the Holy Communion. Take it every day and watch your life change.
Let me tell you something.
You gotta get out of that ritual religious stuff we be doing first Sundays.
That's good. No, you speaking good right there. That's true. That's religion. That's right. Because if you feel the need that you got to have your communion every morning and be with the Lord and have your meditation time, then I say you go ahead and have it. Have it. God didn't say how many times you got to have communion. You have communion every single day of the week if you want to.
Let me tell you something.
3 times a day if you feel the need.
Let me tell you, I believe
I don't do it that many.
Quite a few people, and that was just God's way of speaking to me to tell me I need to do it. So I'm gonna take it how I get it, boo. How about to my kids? I'm gonna take it how I get it.
That's how I'm throwing it.
She's throwing it. She said.
Take it how I get it.
Listen. I'm telling you, life changes.
Hey,
life changes.
You better know it.
And when my life start making shifts, know that you were the vessel God used.
Yes. Yes. I
just want to be used by God anyways, right?
Hey, say it again, girl. Used every day. Used every day. Because I'm a servant. I'm a servant first every day. I'm a serve every day. Everybody I talk to, I connect with. I am a servant first before anything in my life. Before
Look,
anything.
You know
that's how we're supposed to be. That's life. That's business, really. That's how business. Like what she does in Lead Her is servitude before it's anything else. Because she's been a service to these ladies. As you are working in, as you are consulting people to reset, to restart, that's
right.
Every time I teach somebody how to network like a beast, I'm really providing a service to serve, right? Because that's what life is. Life is service. Right. So networking is a way of life. HR is a way of life. Resetting and restart and consulting with people on how to get back in that game and ignite that fire, that is a way of life.
That's right.
Leadership, that's a way of life.
It is.
Y'all, I'm trying to tell y'all.
Servant leaders. I love that term. We are definitely servant leaders because we are serving, but we are leaders, but we are open to so many things. We don't even know the seeds that we're planting in just as women in business.
That's
because
right.
What I do now in my business, I learned from somebody else. I didn't just come up with it. I learned from somebody. And I think when we understand that and really, really plant that in our minds, that everything we got from somewhere. Maybe you added your own little twist, but you got it from somewhere.
That's right.
It really is about acknowledging each other and just saying, hey, giving credit where credit is due. And I think that's a respect factor. And we don't do that enough as women. Tyneka, I'm excited. I thank you so much. I am going to be sending my child your way.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah. If anybody wants to connect with me, their children want to connect with me, we do have, I do have access to the adolescent DISC assessments. We can do that. I can do it for families. Communication is good for everybody. Like, don't just think of it as just a business thing, because families can benefit from it. Relationships. When I've had clients that are in a relationship, a female, she brought her boyfriend and they wanted to do a couples DISC assessment. And I was like, you guys got to learn how to communicate with each other. If you are growing and building your foundation of your relationship, you need to be able to communicate. So relationships, spiritual groups. I do private masterminds. So if you have a group of 10 or more, the host, I will, I think it's 6 people or more. If they purchase the assessment, I will give the host a free assessment. So there are benefits to hosting a mastermind. Coming in November, we are starting back our next master class, and I'm running them through the rest of the year, because I believe that if you are trying to if you are thinking about 2021 as, oh, I'm going to wait until 2021, you are too late. You need to start doing things now.
Yeah, that's true.
You want to grow your business. Right now, we are in the 4th quarter. Join me in the masterclass. We have a communication as currency masterclass power players group, Facebook group. So when they go to my website, hqgleadher.net, and they sign up for the masterclass, they get access to the power players group, where I'm giving tips, I'm giving information, I'm sharing all things communication.
Awesome.
That group. But you can also connect with me on social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, at Lead Her 10, or you can connect with me on LinkedIn. My LinkedIn is popping these days. So Tyneka Howard on LinkedIn. So
all right.
Multiple ways to connect with me. October is Fall in Love with Reading. So we just dropped the first book, Hill Harper's Letters to
Love
a
Hill.
Sister.
Oh, yes.
Hill's a bad dude. I love him.
This book had so many foundational tips and tools. You never know, the next young lady that connects with me, she may get a copy of this book. So it's a lot of, I'm a giver. And I believe that reading is a part of the foundation. So
absolutely.
Because this
Tommy, you got a question?
Yeah. I have a question for Tyneka. Tyneka, what is the age group of youth that you start working with? You start at a certain age group?
16-ish. I'm comfortable with 16-ish because we can have a dialogue. We can have a dialogue about what's going on. Now, mind you, I am going to bring their parental unit into the mix. Because certain things, especially if Leslie, if you bring your daughter to me and let's say she's 16, if you bring her to me, you introduce her to me,
Right.
I'm going to tell you where lead her pathway to success,
Sure.
what that will entail, because I believe that you need to be involved in that process. Now, if you're comfortable with me engaging with your daughter on a one-on-one basis, then absolutely we can do that. So 16 ish, but we're going to do some group sessions. So I may start doing a little bit younger than that in the group sessions, because I believe that when we feed off of each other's energy and connections,
right.
There's not an awkwardness. There may be awkwardness if I'm working with a young lady by herself, but if I get the group, we can have an open dialogue because you're not the only one going through it. So you guys planted the seed in me today. Now I need to go back in the lab and do the cool down in addition to the wind down event. So I'm the wind down for the cool down. But no, I'm excited. I hope that I have more young ladies, because that's where the foundation is really, that's where the foundation starts, is that age demographic, 16, 17-year-olds.
Right.
They can also connect with me on Instagram. My Instagram is all things lead her. You don't get any shenanigans out of me. I'm my authentic self. That's the first thing about lead her, is I lead by example. So anything that I say, I walk that thing.
Right.
Came from me. It's an idea, it's a thought, it was manifested in me. So it has to come out of me in that manner. So I don't really do a lot of extra stuff except for lead her on my social media pages.
Oh, good.
So
but
yes.
I appreciate you being on today. I appreciate my co-host. I appreciate everybody. I appreciate everyone that is tuned in today watching Girlfriend Chit Chat as usual. I just want to let you know, ladies, know if you would like to be a part of Fearless Women Entrepreneurs, please go and join our group. We would be happy to have you with all the excitement that we got coming up, but as well as October 23rd, we will be doing this in a Zoom room within the group. We are happy to have you all to come in, connect, chat it up with us, get to know the ladies of the group. It may be somebody that you need to connect with. Maybe some things you're needing, and you may find her in the room. So I look forward to getting to know you all on the 23rd. You all ladies, thank you so much again for being a part. Thank you, Charlotte. Thank you, Tyneka. Thank you, Leslie. I love you all.
I love you guys.
So you all have a wonderful rest of the week. It's about to be over. Thank God for Friday.
I love you, ladies. Thank you so much. I enjoyed today. Tyneka, you are awesome, sister. Blessings for you and all your adventures. And I will see you soon.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. I always have a good time when I come. So thank you for sharing your heart with us and your business with us. Thank you for thank you just for what you're doing with our kids, right?
Yes.
The impression that you want to leave on them, how you want to help them grow. Know that calling, that is a real mantle. So like run it and run it with an open heart to receive just as much as you give.
That's right.
Yes. And we're here to help. Anything we can do, definitely don't hesitate to let us know. Your girls need any interviewing tips? I got you.
Yes, definitely. That could be a topic. I will bring you guys when we start the cool down events. I can't do it all by myself, but I definitely will bring you guys into the mix, because this is a part of the foundation that we have to deposit into them.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely. I'm going to be tapping into you guys saying, hey, can you help me out? And if you want to host an event, if your daughters want to host an event, absolutely, there's perks to hosting. And I will definitely get that virtual space available for them to do that.
All right. Well, I love you guys.
Thank you so much. Well, you ladies have a wonderful rest of your day. And as always, we'll be seeing you all really soon on the 23rd. You all have a great one. Have a wonderful one. Bye, ladies.
Bye, ladies.